Okay, so this is gonna be 125, 125, 125, 129. 29. 504. Oh wait, hold on, I have to do like instead of 50. 37, 34, 36, 36, 34, 37. And then this is 27, 27, 28, 33, 27, 30. Okay, that's 49. This is 121, 20. Alright, hold on. Oops. 23, 20. And then this is 34, 35, 30, 40, 34, 35, 30, 40. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna hop on the call with
All right.
her.
You send a link to me also?
Yes.
And
W reminder. Hopefully this doesn't crash.
yeah.
Can you tell me if the audio is broken?
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Like, let me know if anything sounds weird.
Okay, bet.
Okay, I DM'd it to you.
Okay.
All
Oh, yes,
right.
got it.
See ya.
All right.
Bye.
See you.
All right. It's time. It's time to do this. So first things first, I need to what is it? I need to join her call. So let me join it. And I'll probably change this as well. Use mic from the camera. Allow. I'm gonna change it to this. No. I want this. Yeah. I also added a shadow around this, so I hope you enjoy the shadow.
This meeting is being recorded.
Oh.
Hello.
Hey, sorry I'm late.
All good, no worries.
How have you been?
Oh, I have been okay. Things are busy, but as
Yeah, I
per
can
usual.
imagine.
What about you? How's it been?
It's been hectic. I won't lie.
Uh-huh.
So quick recap of how the week went.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely a roller coaster. I think you were right to say it wasn't the best idea, but I'm very, very glad and I don't regret doing it or trying it at all.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
here are the scores. So yeah, we
Yes.
talked about on that Saturday 498. All right, and then we have a drop, a 9 point drop to 489. Then we have
Mm-hmm.
I did not finish, so I only got through CP and cars, and then I legit did not have the capacity to finish it. But I pulled myself
Mm-hmm.
together, and I took that day, the rest of the day, like take it easy, just reviewed, and I got a
Mm-hmm.
495 on that next day.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then so after that 495, I'm like, okay, well, I have two options. Either I can continue doing this, or I can take like a 2 day break and take it easy just to review,
Mm-hmm.
and actually
Right.
like try. So yesterday I took it again and I got a 504. So technically, I didn't finish two of the other exams. I'm thinking about maybe doing them either next week or not at all. We'll see how that goes. I still have Tuesday. I plan
Mm,
on taking one on Tuesday for sure. Probably
okay.
not the AAMC official though. Just
Mm,
because I still have some
okay.
time, right? It's still March. My exam's on April, so
Mhm.
I'm not really feeling pressure to take exams 5 and 6. I definitely will, but probably not right away because like I feel like I'm getting a little better with TPR, and also I don't know. I know I can definitely get the taste of like, hey, like these TPR questions are definitely different. Um,
Mm,
I'll have to like in terms of how different, I'll have to like compare and contrast with what do you call like going back to AMC and like doing some of the question banks again and getting back into the flow of AMC. But definitely like I'm kind of excited because these were harder. These were definitely harder.
mm,
I employed some very interesting timing techniques because I think one of my biggest concerns was that like, hey, I'm running out of time on CP and cars. BB
mhm,
not too bad. There were some days where it was very sketch. I had like 5 minutes and I had like 5 minutes left, 7 questions, but it wasn't that bad because like like 7 questions, 5 minutes. Most of them are freestanding. It's not too concerning. Like I'll still finish it on time.
mhm.
CP it was pretty bad, and of course Cars was a train wreck. But actually, I'm very happy to report like yesterday like my CP and Cars pacing was very good. Um,
Okay.
I
Good.
I tried a new thing. So basically, I in the past I gave myself 9 minutes per passage, for
Mhm,
CP. On Wednesday and Saturday, I have this new thing where I only give myself instead of 9 minutes, I give myself only 7 minutes for CP passage, and
mhm.
instead of 10 minutes on cars, I give myself 9 minutes on cars. So it's a little different, but it I didn't expect it to help my scores, but it did help my scores, and I think part of the reasons for that is because, um, a lot of the points I was losing, especially in my first 2 or 3 attempts, was not finishing and just guessing on a lot of some passages, and that sucked because obviously if I had the time to do that, there's like some free points on the table, and
Mhm.
I thought, well, hey, if I'm going to spend less time on passages, it might decrease the quality of my answers. But it turned out that that wasn't really the case. Like,
Mhm.
I think the biggest problem in why I was not like, if I give myself 10 minutes to do something, it'll end up taking up. It's like this law. It's like something law. I forget the exact word, but it basically says, oh, if you the amount of time you allot to something is the amount of time it will take. So
Mhm.
I found that most of that, like, I mean, not most of it, obviously not most of it, but some of that 10 minutes was basically lost to like just losing focus. But these new
Okay.
time strains helped me to kind of lock in during that time, and really
Mhm.
like it also made the hour and a half feel not as long because I had stuff to do, and it
Yeah.
definitely felt like I have this very good sense of like, oh, this is a time wasting question. Like, and like in the first couple
Mhm. Mhm.
exams, I would get the sense of like, okay, hey, like this physics question is taking a little too much time. Let's move on. And in the past, I was kind of reluctant to move on, but nowadays it's just very like, all right, I'll move on. I'll come back to it. And if I get it wrong, it's not a big deal
Yeah.
because I get questions wrong all the time, anyways. So and it just turned out to be better. Like less like I didn't have any missed passages last exam.
Mhm.
I had to oh yeah, that's another thing. Like, it's very important for me to have a good attitude going into the test, and like have like
Mhm.
some good some happiness going in. So I
Mhm.
made sure I was happy, and low key on Thursday and Friday I was not feeling it.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
just took it easy and just reviewed.
Mhm.
I went to see a movie with my sister. I saw Project Hail Mary. It was a very very good movie,
Nice.
and
Yes.
I hung out with my family, and I ran with my other sister. So it was a good spring break. Like I definitely feel
Yeah.
like, because I okay, this is like a side thing, but it was very sad those first couple like 4 days when I was basically, my whole day is eaten up by the exam in the evening. I'm too exhausted to like hang out too much, and also because like it's like what is called like a race to review that one section just to make sure like I scrape a little bit off the top to make sure I didn't do as
Mhm.
bad. But I don't know, it
Mhm.
really wasn't that worth it because like I would spend all day upstairs and not a lot of time like like enjoy my spring break or whatever. But like I know like the purpose of like this time wasn't to enjoy it really, but like to get better. But I don't know, like maybe if the cost of getting better is coming in terms into play of like my happiness, and the happiness is important to do well on the test, and like what's the point, like what's the point? So
Hmm.
yeah, I decided to take those last couple of days off, take it easy. Exam 5 and 6, I did 5. Exam 6 and TPR test 2 I did not do, but definitely like I still have some time, so I don't know if I'll do both of them, but definitely one of them, maybe this Tuesday.
Hmm.
And yeah, some timing improvements, some content improvements. um, I haven't finished reviewing all the tests, but that's definitely
Yeah.
now one of the things I want to do, because um, even though the like the formats of the questions are different, and I feel like they
Hmm.
ask a lot more physics than they do in the real AMCs. I think it's still worthwhile for me to like go through still, and also like I
Hmm.
feel like my psychology got really strong. You can see on the last exam I got a 50 out of 59, so it's kind of
Yeah.
excited about that.
Really good. Hmm.
So that's good, but I still want to work on the other three sections a lot. I think they're about the same. Cars, I somehow managed to pull through. I mean, 34 out of 53 is kind of similar to 31 out of 53, not gonna lie, but um,
Hmm.
I don't know. That's like pretty significant to me. I don't know, just like, and also you had to understand like between these 5 exams were the testing different methods, and testing different
Hmm.
timing strategies. So there's that variability as well. So yeah, yeah, and I don't know whatever happens next. My goal for the next, obviously for this week, but also the upcoming time that I have left, is to just um. I seriously need to finish the AAMC questions. Like it's about time it's like high time I finish those. And then
Hmm.
just focus on reviewing, and also focus on enjoying my times reviewing, like because I don't hate studying for the MCAT, but it's definitely gets on my mental when I'm not like feeling when I'm not aligned on like the future and stuff. I don't know, it's like some meta stuff, but anyway, that's just like side things. But yeah, that's how my week went. So it's definitely some ups, highs and lows, but overall, I think this is a very good learning experience that I don't think I would have learned without having done this. Because definitely,
Hmm.
um, if I didn't do this, my spring break probably wouldn't have been as productive. That's my
Yeah.
biggest concern, actually.
Mhm.
So I'm glad that I spent this time, and hoping to spend it smarter and harder, working a little harder in the next upcoming weeks.
Nice. Well, hey, I'm glad that overall it was a positive experience. And I mean, like, hey, you put the work in, you put the grit in. I'm glad actually that you did end up taking some, like, yeah, it was a lot. We started off with very, like, this is the ideal schedule, right? But, like, if it doesn't work out, like, that's not the worst end of the world kind of deal. So I feel like the fact that you got through 4 exams, or was it 4?
It was
Five.
I didn't finish one, so I
Five.
did
Five.
5. I only
Four, four,
finished
five.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 4, we'll say you got through 4. And then what is it? And then had time to again like rest and then try with kind of the next steps. But like you said, it was like kind of an experimental phase of you just trying to see what would work best. I think ultimately our goal with these was really to work on the stamina, work on more of the test taking strategies. Like yes to the content as well, but again because the emphasis was more on just like getting through the exams and then like reviewing them later as you will now be in the remaining weeks, like reviewing the material and going back to like find little pockets that could, be of help. But yeah, so again, nice. So you now have some adjusted timing strategies, which I'm sure you can then also try on the remaining 2 double
Mm.
AMC exams and see how those translate. And I like what you said, like if it's kind of a like a mental kind of focus of, hey, like when I gave myself like 9 minutes, it felt like I had this much time to like spend on it. So I wasn't kind of like using it as well as I could versus if you
Mm.
tighten it, it's like, oh, I only have this much time, so I really need to focus. And if that kind of gets you in that space, I feel like that's a great strategy. Just as long as you're not, it's not like too much for you, but it sounds like it worked well. So if you feel like that's going to carry
Yeah.
over well continuing, I think that'll be
My
good.
strategy was that like I would use that like sixth sense of like, oh, this one question's taking too much time, so I just skip it, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't worry about skipping a couple questions in a passage because for me it's like, oh, I've seen it and I've read it fully and I've like tried it for a little bit. And at the end of the
Hmm.
passage, I usually don't even have too many questions like that. So
Yeah.
with the new timing, I have more than enough time to not only finish my free response questions because I skip my free response usually unless I have extra time from
Hmm.
last passages. But I finish up my
Hmm.
free responses and I still have with the new timing like a good amount of time to like at least attempt the ones I skipped. What ends up happening is that usually the ones I skip ends up being incorrect anyways, but I
Yeah.
mean that's fine. Like at least I'm not like missing the easy
Spending all
low
your
hanging
time
fruit.
there.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad. Again, like you said, it is probably like the repetition that gave you a good sense of like, okay, this one's not it. I'm gonna move on, and then which ones are gonna kind of get you the better netting. So nice. Okay. I'm glad it was a positive experience overall. So then, like you said, really the focus in the remaining time, because we're looking, I'm not sharing anything, sorry. But I mean, you also have it available to you, but I will share really fast. But yeah, so basically we are here. Spring break ended. And so we have 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, fifth week. So week here. So about
I'm
5 weeks, about
nervous.
a month-ish.
Yeah.
And like you said, the full length six and full length five. So I think this coming week you said again, like you don't need to take full length five this Tuesday. We had it kind of spaced to the 31st. Oh, well.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
also if you wanted to like you have the 7th and the 14th. It just depends like how you want to spread it out, right? So like I think we thought originally like spend some good time reviewing everything, doing the extra, well not extra, but doing the other double AMC practice material that you haven't gotten a chance to because I feel like it will be important to kind of go through some of those. So it's like review the full lengths that you did that are third party, try some of the other remaining WMC kind of practice material just to get
Mm.
yourself back in that style of
Yeah, yeah.
questions, and then take your full length five with the new
Okay.
strategies and having reviewed. So that can be the 31st. That can, I mean, if you don't
I
mind
think these
doing like
dates are
four.
good. So
Okay,
so
that sounds
the way
good.
I have it looks like the
Yeah,
14th is FL6 and then I have a week in
yeah,
between before the real exam. Is that what it is?
yeah.
Oh, the scheduled exam date is right next week. I see. Okay. Yeah.
Is your date still the 4/24? Just to confirm.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
still so
Okay.
actually what I might do is that I might take FL6 on that Friday. That way it'll like simulate it
This
like
one?
that
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll get
Okay.
used to that
That
Fridayness.
sounds good. Actually, would you be able to do that with your full length five as well? Or just,
No, I can't because work.
okay. That's fine. Yeah, no, no. Yeah, I understand. Okay, cool. Then that would be Friday. As I realize I'm like super zoomed in. Yeah. Okay, okay, there we go. Okay, yeah. So full length six would be on the 17th then to again mirror the Friday.
It's also
Um,
the 14th is my birthday. So,
oh, very, okay.
yeah.
So yeah, want to make sure you have time for yourself then. And then full length five. So yeah, so you can adjust full length five then as well, depending, unless you think the 31st is a good date to take it. It's up to you.
Okay.
But in terms of I guess the remaining material, I think it's like mostly section banks, right? Or do
Yeah.
you also have facts?
It's mainly section banks, yeah.
Section banks? Okay. Then I mean like again, I'm not gonna make us spend time like putting it all on the calendar, but just ensuring that I think like every day having a balance of both like reviewing the full lengths that you did and then what is it? And then doing some of the
Doing some, okay,
practice.
yeah, so make sure to get both
Yeah.
of those in there. Okay.
Just
Yeah.
just so you get both, because I feel like you're doing the review and then you're also doing some application. Feel
Right.
free to like use any of the strategies you've now picked up. Like again, just
Okay.
sure that they're carrying over well. Because I think I guess of your full lengths, sorry, like how much review were you able to get of them?
So in those days I took off, I reviewed
Yeah.
every CP section.
Okay, so
Um,
every CP was done. Good.
I okay, honestly, I didn't do much of cars because um
That's okay. I think that's
yeah.
fine.
I guess it's also like in my head I'm like, well, okay, cars for me is like more of like the practice of doing it. What I
Hmm.
did do, I don't know if I told you this, but like I always have my notebook when I'm taking the test, right? So I had
Yeah.
for each section
Hmm.
questions that I wanted to look back on. And what I found is
Hmm.
that the questions that I was iffy about during the test, like half of them I got right and half of them I got wrong, but like I always
Okay.
remembered what I was confused about when I reviewed it.
Hmm.
So this is like a little bit here and there for cars, more so
Yeah.
for BB and Psych. I'd always have a lot of iffy things on BB and Psych, and I made sure
Hmm.
to review those that I of, but definitely I didn't review them all fully. Like BB and
Okay.
Psych, like I didn't go through them properly. So definitely for BB I want to do because I feel like there's a lot of like good information that I haven't looked at yet. So
Hmm.
I want to spend some time on that, but other than that, yeah.
Okay. Well, that helps just in terms of like you got through a lot of the CP then already. So then the remaining time, I mean, again, so no pressure for cars, but more so like PS and BB. If you feel
Okay,
like
yeah,
there's
yeah.
some good info to glean there, I feel like that's where you should focus. So then kind of looking again at our calendar. So if we're here basically. So this coming week, I think like getting through I guess I just don't know how much you have remaining because our schedule is a little wonky right now.
Yeah, sorry, that's my
But
bad.
yeah, no, you're good. I guess like because also you have your class and you have work, right? So you don't need to like get too overwhelmed. Um, I guess like ideally for well, actually, it's been a little while since you did the section banks, I know, but I know when last you were working on them, you were just mentioning that it was taking you a really long time to get through them
Oh
because
yeah,
they
yeah. I
tended
don't
to.
think I should have that problem now.
Okay, okay, okay. Then if that's the case, it's always better to do the section banks
Banks,
kind
okay.
of as the like the 50 questions or it's usually like 50-ish questions
Okay.
just because we want to try and mimic like the section which it would be.
Mm.
So
Oh, it,
this
it
is
would be
basically
that
like a
length,
mini
yeah.
Chem Phys, a mini
Right,
bio.
okay.
It's like doing one section of the exam.
Okay, I see.
So you can try and do them in their full like half section basically
Okay.
to kind of mimic it. So you could do like one. So it's basically like again, you just do like one section of the exam. So it's like could be a Chem Phys day, could be a BB day, could be a PS day. Like there is no cars, so like cars is just doing as much Jack Weston as you can like every day. Or if you still have some stuff in the cars diagnostic tool set, you can like throw those in there again. Because like you said, it is just a lot of repetition for cars and just reading passages, being able to pull out like main points. And then like once you're done with that section, making sure you review it, and then also just reviewing the other BB and PS stuff from the prior week of full lengths that you just completed. And I feel like that would be kind of the balance there. Just trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, because based off scores, as we noted, it's like so Sexos looks pretty strong. So I feel like that's ticking along quite nicely. And then just in terms like I guess all of them saw like an uptick as you kind of went along with your exams, which is positive. What's that? Biochem, yeah, okay. Um, and then cars. Yeah. So, as noted, probably our best bet is always focusing on weaker sections. So, based off
Okay,
that, like
yeah.
ChemPhys, ED, I mean, cars is just always cars, but Sexos, I think, is in a pretty good spot. So, maybe, I guess for now, I guess for the upcoming week, then, like maybe emphasizing more your CP and your BB, and then before you take your full length five, because I think you can maintain your PS pretty well, like since
Okay.
the final and then and then feeling free to add in whatever once you've reviewed your full length five, to kind of see where we're at.
Okay.
But okay, so I think that's good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
Okay.
the Anki has been helping a lot. The
Good.
equation
Good. Good.
Anki.
I'm
Yeah.
glad. Nice. Nice. Nice.
And
Okay.
I kind of, since I made it myself, I'm like, I can add whatever I want. So I added some things from glycolysis in there. Because for some
Yeah.
reason,
Yeah. Hey, it's
Princeton,
anything you need.
yeah, yeah, Princeton has a lot of stuff about specific enzymes about glycolysis and gluconeogenesis. So I'm like, okay, I'll study it anyways. So yeah, it's in there now.
Nice. Nice. Okay. So I think we're good schedule wise. And then just keep me posted kind of as you continue through things.
Yeah.
But I don't think you sent any questions,
Oh,
or maybe you did, and I didn't.
I didn't. Oh, I thought I did.
Oh, I think there's like two.
Yeah, I think just two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a two. Okay, that's perfectly fine. We can make it a nice, easy day. Um, but yeah, as you mentioned, I think just, in these remaining weeks, I know there's like 5 weeks remaining and then two full lengths plus all the other double AMC material. But like you mentioned, like definitely finding time for yourself. just kind of keeping yourself in shape and spending time with family is also super important. So I'm glad you made sure you took that time during this past week, because I know when we were looking at that schedule, I was just like, okay, like if this is really what you want to do. But again, I'm very glad that it turned out positively in terms of just like gaining experience from it and tweaking some strategies. But then I know, again, as we continue, since spring break is now done, you still do have like your classes and then your work plus studying. So just, making sure you kind of balance that out. So if any day you're like, this is like, I can't do all this review today, just like choose one or the other, like review or do the section, and then just
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah,
feel free to like move things around, shift things around. Again, you have like 5 weeks. So I know it doesn't feel like a lot of time, but at the same time, you can kind of shuffle things a little bit based off kind of each day how things are going and just what your load looks like. So, okay, sounds good. Then let's go to what is this one?
It's passage
Question 59.
one. Oh, oh wait, no.
Oh,
Question
or was
10. Question 10, passage 2.
question 10, passage. Okay, sounds good. Let's do that then. Let me see. Okay, so walk me through this one. Stuff, kind of how you approached it.
Okay, so this is like, okay, PV equals nRT. I see the graph. What trends should be expected for the deviations from ideal gas behavior when comparing fluorine to chlorine to bromine? So I'm like, okay, well, these are all in the same group on the periodic table. And then, so I see the graph. I don't see, oh, I see H2, but I don't see the other ones. So I'm like, okay, what do I know about these gases? They get heavier. Or, and like, also, um, the atomic radius also increases as you go down. So I'm like, okay. I chose the negative deviations of the curves at low pressures will decrease and the positive deviations of high pressures will increase. Um, oh, I must have had a good reason for choosing this. I don't remember. It's been a minute. Let me see. Let me read this again real quick.
Yeah, take your time. I'll also we'll read it more properly. Yeah. Oh, I should also get my Zoom. Negative deviations.
So I think it's just like they're just testing what the relationships between each of these. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there should be one line that tells a relationship that will give the answer. Looking for that line. So for the PVRT curve for 1 mole of methane is typical of most real gases. It decreases to a minimum at moderately high pressures, then rises as pressure increases further. Decrease to a minimum at okay. The curve shape is the result of the effects caused by the following characteristics of real molecules: high pressure, lower ideal is probably okay. I highlighted it. High pressure is predominantly is due predominantly to intermolecular attractions. Values of PVRT greater than ideal. Greater than 1 is proportional to molecular volume. So if we look at F2, FCl, and BR2,
Mm-hmm.
if I think about intermolecular attractions,
Mm-hmm.
intermolecular. I don't really know. Because, like, if I imagine a bunch of F2 molecules interact with each other, there's no real, like, at least in my head, I can't think of any dipoles unless there is and I'm missing it. I don't think of any, it's certainly no hydrogen bonding. I don't know of any IMFs going on, but there is the increase in molecular volume. So maybe from F2 to Cl to Br, there's going to be more mass per volume. It's like higher density. But if I just go off that alone, then it says values of PRT is greater than ideal. Primer. So then if I go off of that, then C is wrong because there's never any instance of where, like, at low pressures it'll decrease. It'll just constantly increase no matter what pressure it is. Is that, like, the case? I don't know.
Okay, let's break it down then step by step because I feel like there's a lot of like little moving parts in this one, so it can be nice to just kind of have it written down for us to take a look at.
Okay.
So again, let me just write down. So we said this is passage 2, question 10. Okay, so I think like you said, so just looking at our question again to orient, we say what trends should be expected for the deviation from ideal gas behavior when comparing, as you said, F2 to Cl2 to Br2. So we have deviations from ideal gas behavior. And like you said, it's like, okay, well, let's go kind of find out what information we get about that from our passage, if any. And I think you took kind of note of some of the things you highlighted. So we said, what is it? Curve shape is a result of effects caused by falling characteristics. So blah, blah, higher pressure, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so basically we're like, okay, so we're seeing a lot of our PV RT, right? So we kind of are aware of our ideal gas relationships. So PV RT, and we know that ideal gas, this is equal to, gas, this is equal to 1, basically. But what do they take note of in regards to what does like a negative deviation represent?
The increase, like, let me check the graph. So negative deviation, you're probably increasing the temperature or decreasing, like, the pressure or volume.
Let's see here.
Because it's like a
So,
PV over RT.
mm-hmm. So I think in our case, when we're talking about kind of these negative deviations, let me just see if there's anything else that was helpful under lower than, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so basically it was the part you highlighted at the end there, right?
It says the curve shape is the result of the effects caused by following characteristics of real molecules at high pressure, values of PVRT lower than ideal. So at high pressure, it's going to be lower than ideal. That is less than 1. Are due primarily to predominantly to intermolecular attractions. Values of PVRT greater than the ideal are due predominantly to molecular volume. Okay, so if there's if there's like a decrease in the slope, then it says it's lower than ideal, which means it is due to intermolecular attractions. So CH4 there's definitely attractions there because, like, they're gonna have, like, some sort of, like, IMFs because, like, methane is non-polar, but at least so is CO2. I don't know. I don't know, but okay. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No. I was just writing it out so we can see it better. So as you said, or as you read, basically, so we have our ideal gas, dV over RT, and then they mentioned that if we have basically a negative deviation, then in that state, our intermolecular attractions are going to be like the strongest dominating force there. And then opposite, we have if it's greater than one, so positive deviation, we have molecular volume or like repulsion in that case dominates. So ultimately, we kind of need to figure out what's happening at low pressure and high pressure states, as you kind of did point out. So then if we're looking at low pressure, and then if we're looking at high pressure, kind of what's happening to our molecules in terms of arrangement.
At low pressure, the molecules are. Let me see. So
Or I
the
guess if we're
P,
thinking about our forces that we just kind of outlined, like what's going to dominate here in a low pressure versus high pressure state.
based off what you wrote, I guess. In low pressure, it's going to be the intermolecular attractions, and in high pressure, it's going to be molecular volume.
Yeah. So as you said, so low pressure, things are kind of far apart, right? So we're going to have attraction is going to matter the most. So we're going to get more of the negative deviation. And then opposite, high pressure, where we have kind of more crowding. So more of the repulsion is going to matter here. So we have more of the volume, and this is going to be a positive deviation. So I think that kind of outlines those for us. And then again, now we kind of can focus more so on our like we have our F2 to our Cl2 to our Br2. And kind of what do we know about these using our, you can say like periodic table or just like our halogen
The periodic
group.
trends.
Yeah.
Are going to have a greater mass each time, but also each going to have an extra valence shell, like basically a bigger atomic radius. And it's because of that bigger atomic radius, they're probably going to have an increased pressure because they're taking up more space each time, each tier. Yes or no? Kind of.
Things to think about. So kind of going down the halogen group, like in our column, like you said, we can think about like, okay, size is increasing, number of electrons is increasing. Kind of big ones I would say are like our London dispersion forces are increasing, stuff like that, as we kind of go down our halogen group. So again, things to consider. And then we want to kind of translate these properties into kind of the deviations that are happening at different states. So if we're thinking about a low pressure, I can't write, hold on. Low pressure state, we already said before that we're dealing with negative deviations at low pressure, right? So we're dealing with attractive domination. Attractive forces dominate here. So if we have like a strong intermolecular force, we're going to have kind of stronger pull. We're going to have stronger negative deviation. So increased negative deviation. So then if we're thinking about F2 to Cl2 to Br2, what's the relationship here in terms of kind of IMF?
They get stronger IMFs as you go down the halogen group.
Yeah. So we can think about this as being more negative or increasing negative deviation. Say increase as we go. So this is our low pressure state, kind of. And then we have a high pressure state where what forces dominate in high pressure?
Molecular volume and like repulsion forces.
So yes.
I guess you're probably gonna write down the same elements and then find the relationship in these again.
Exactly. So we take up more space because, as you said, it's a volume thing. Yep. Or positive deviation. And as you said, it's the exact same because we just talked about our halogen group rules, like going down, we both get more forces as well as size. It's just dependent on your low pressure, high pressure state.
So let me just answer the question based off this.
Yeah.
which is
So
both
these
negative and
are
positive deviation of the curve increase at low and high pressures because from fluorine to chlorine to bromine, it's like always
Mhm.
increasing in that. Okay, I think I missed this question because not because of the wording, but because I genuinely didn't realize that F2 and Cl and like these other um, halogens had IMFs. Could you explain how
Mm.
they have LDFs?
LDS?
Yeah, LDF, London dispersion forces.
Oh, I think it has more to do with like. Do I have a good picture for this? Let's see if I can get one. Well, okay. I guess better place to start maybe would just be like, what do you remember about LDFs then? Like, what are
Um,
they?
like the London dispersion are the weakest amongst the intermolecular forces. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is an inter and not an intra relationship. But
Mm-hmm.
basically, if you have two atoms of some polarity, the
Mm-hmm.
electrons are going to be have some pull toward the positive portion of that atom of another molecule, and so because of that attraction, it's going to create a little bit of a, not necessarily a bond, but some interactions between the molecules that make uh, some substances stronger in that sense because of the LDS,
Mm-hmm.
but they're still like relatively weak compared to other bonds.
Yes. Like you said, so it's definitely a pretty weak attraction. I think kind of as you pointed out, it's very much this like it's temporary kind of if you remember like your dipoles, so it's like a temporary like dipole induced dipole interaction. So
Yeah.
it's just purely based off just like electrons are constantly moving. Sometimes you get a little bit of a dipole. So you get like a dipole induced dipole. If we wanted to like give it a clear definition, I suppose.
Yeah.
But in terms of what gives strength or determines the strength of an LDF, what do you think would contribute then, based off kind of how we defined London dispersion forces?
Maybe the amount of electrons being attracted slash repulsed.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one. Number of electrons.
It would also be
Mm-hmm.
the nature of the actual atom being like involved in their attraction, right? So if it's something of a higher polarity, like let's say oxygen as opposed to carbon, that oxygen is going to be more negatively charged, which would allow it to have like a stronger contribution to the LDFs that occur rather than like those from a carbon or those that are attracted to a carbon, right?
Yeah, nice. I
Okay.
think, yeah, our big two are really going to be, as you kind of stated, so number of our electrons, right? Just having more gives you a little more wiggle room, basically. And then the second, which kind of basically got was like the size of your electron cloud. So, like, if you think about a larger atom and like where are your
Okay, I
electrons?
see. Yeah, yeah.
Nucleus. And then, so basically, polarizability is basically
And
it.
then that
So
bromine and
it's like,
chlorine is going to have a bigger electron cloud than like fluorine, so then it's going to have
yeah,
more.
Yep. So yeah, so if we look at our F2Cl2Br2, we can trend both like the number of electrons they have as well as like polarizability. So like larger size, then more distance and like can kind of manipulate a little bit more. So that's kind of that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice. Yeah. So definitely if you ever see like there's you have a periodic table that you're given for the actual exam. So it's not uncommon for them to usually they don't ask you it's I guess so this question is a good example of how they would maybe ask you about periodic table trends. They won't just be like they won't give you an easy freebie of like, oh, what increases as you go this way. It would be more of an application of like something kind of like this, where it's like, okay, do you remember your kind of table trends of like size and electrons and things like that? And then how would that apply to a particular scenario?
Okay.
But I mean, you basically had it. I think we just had to reason our way through it. Like, because you defined London dispersion forces, then it's like, okay, then what would increase the strength? It's like you said, so electrons and then polarizability. And then it's like, okay, well, what does that look like on your periodic table? So it's like just kind of connecting those little dots. But like you knew what they were. So I think you definitely could have reasoned there on your own as well.
Okay.
But okay,
Okay.
nice.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I
That
think yeah, that question is probably a mixture of not reading carefully and also not having the critical thinking at that time. It could just be a time thing, honestly. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
honestly, like, this one didn't feel very intuitive, like when you read it, because it's also
it's
just like
just a
when I see
wall
like
of
the when
words.
comparing, yeah, like when comparing F2CL2 BR2, I was like, what did they mean by that? And then I was like reading through it, and I was like, okay, I kind of get what they're going for, but like again, just like a bit odd kind of structuring of this, I feel.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, but I'm just trying to think. So, like, if I saw this for the first, so what trends should be expected for the deviations from ideal gas behavior when comparing F2 to CO2 to BR2?
I think
And
that
then they
that
give,
giveaway for part of that, like what they want you to do with it, is definitely the F2 to CL2 to BR because like since I knew
yeah,
straight away from the
very
sitting
clear
like group,
sequencing.
so it's like okay,
Hmm.
clearly, well I didn't think of this, but in hindsight I'm like okay, well clearly they're gonna be like testing about like the periodic table trends because it's like
Hmm.
in a very clean trend, and
Right.
so like I think
Oh,
having
it
seeing
is.
that and like approaching the question from that angle might have been a little
Mhm.
better.
Okay.
And then it
Yeah.
was
So
also
nice.
like finding it in where it was in the passage that where the relationship was, but I low key
Yeah. You
highlighted
highlighted.
it, and
Yeah.
then yeah,
You're very good at your highlighting. It's just sometimes getting back to your highlighting. Yeah. It's like, oh, it's highlighted right there. He defined it perfectly. Okay. Yeah, and then yeah, so I guess like looking at your answer choices, then it's like, okay, negative deviation, positive deviation. So it's like, okay, how do I kind of relate those to the F2 CL2 BR2 that's kind of going on here. But okay, sounds good. Okay, so things to think about for next time if you were to see a question of that similar style. And then okay, and then question 59.
do you mind if I get some
Um,
water real quick?
yeah, yeah,
Like a
go for
minute.
it.
Thank you.
Let me read through this because I it's lots of letters, numbers. So the following would be the writing started small, got crazy big. Heck.
All right, sorry about that.
All right, all good.
And here.
Question 59. Which the following would be true. Cistoleic acid.
Okay,
Would be
so
awful.
basically, okay, I remember this question. This is
Beta oxidation. Okay, fair
it's a
enough.
very like TPR classic question. For some
Yeah.
reason, they
Mhm.
love making people like learn how to do this. But basically, you have to count the CH chains, and apparently, like
Yeah.
based off the number of carbons, you're supposed to like understand like how it goes through like glycolysis and then the
Yeah.
Krebs cycle, and then you're supposed to like magically calculate it. I don't know if like this is actually a good important skill, but like it was on the test, and I don't know. I probably should know how to do this.
Yeah, yeah, it's very it's very beta oxidation. They love this kind of stuff. Not the MCAT necessarily, but I feel like third party loves their beta oxidation for whatever reason sometimes. It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
But yeah, so as
absolutely.
you said, it is very much like based off your carbons, and then there's like I guess sort of like formulas basically where you can like calculate it down to it. I guess the explanation, I'm just kind of like looking at it again. like basically gets at it, if that was helpful at all for you when you were reviewing ever. But I think I haven't done beta oxidation in a little while. Just trying to jack my memory. This is 8.
So do you guys
Eight
count like the carbons, like all total carbons in the entire molecule?
Yeah, so it's like the total number of carbons, which I guess in our case is what? How many? Like 18 carbons, I think.
1, 2,
Um,
okay, 1 plus 7, so 8, 9, 10, 10 plus 7, and then, which is 17 plus 1 from the COOH, which is 18 total, yeah.
Yeah, so 18 carbons. So that's a good place to start. 18 carbons. And then we have like an even chain of carbons basically. And then when you think about like the number, it's always like the number of acetyl-CoA produced and then also like the number of rounds you can go through. It's
Mhm.
like, I guess basically it's like the number of, what is it? Acetyl-CoA. Whoops. CoA is always going to be like your N divided by 2 basically, right? Because acetyl-CoA is like your 2 carbons there.
Mhm.
And then same thing for like number of rounds. I think number of beta oxidation rounds. Because we always have to remember like the last round technically like splits it into the
Oh, the
2,
2,
right?
yeah.
It would be just like 1 round, but you would technically get 2 acetyl-CoA from that very last one.
Right.
So it would be like N divided by 2 minus 1 for like number of rounds you would do. So in our case, we have 18, so we would get 9 acetyl-CoA.
And then 8
And
beta
get-
oxidations.
Yeah. 8. And then that's kind of it. Like I feel like in terms of like the simple math of it, if you don't have to think about it too much, like you can break it down. Because basically you just have to think about every round is like minus 2 carbons. So it's like after round
Okay, I
1,
see.
16.
Yeah.
After round 2, 14, blah, 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 until you get to the remaining. And then the trip up is always like the last one because people are like, oh, isn't there like 9 rounds? Because it's like 9 acetyl-CoA. But it's just like the last round is like splitting those last 2. So you don't need like another
Yeah.
one. Yeah. So I think
Okay.
that was all that. But like, was there more to this question? Sorry, that I was looking at. Oh, and then ATP. So it's
Yeah,
like,
the
okay, so
ATP,
9,
yeah.
the first is like identifying rounds, and then also ATP. Okay. Well, I guess then it's just like a. Wow, this is a very math problem. It's kind of funny. But yeah, it is just a. Actually, wait.
Because then you just like since you most like people just memorize how many ATP is created like through a Krebs cycle, right? You just put the acetyl-CoA through the Krebs cycle and you get whatever ATP from that. So if you run the
Yeah,
Krebs cycle 9
basically.
times,
Because we're thinking about how many acetyl-CoA we give up to the Krebs cycle, as you mentioned. So you get like what? You get your trying to remember, 3 NADH, 1 FADH2, and like the GTP, but it's just an ATP. And then you like consider the conversions for it as well. But I think you can't just think about those because you have to remember that when you do beta oxidation, you also do make NADH and FADH2. So it's like that combination. So it's like you do the Krebs cycle portion of it, and then you also have to remember that you get some byproducts, or not, but you get products from the acetyl-CoA beta oxidation.
right?
So we can break it up into like, hello. So like Krebs cycle, as mentioned, is going to be what? You get your 3 NADH, you get your 1 FADH2, then you get your 1 GTP. And then that becomes math. I don't remember. I forget the conversion. What was it? What's NADH? Is that our 2 point whatever? This is our 1.5.
Yeah, it's like
Okay, this
yeah,
is 1.5.
and
This
then
is
just 2.5 each.
the 7.5, and then this is just 1. So total you would get 10 ATP.
From one
And
cycle.
then from 1 Krebs cycle for 1 acetyl-CoA. And we have
Oh,
how
so
many
then 10
acetyl?
times 9. 9 is still
Yeah,
so that's
9
90.
acetyl-CoA. So we get 90 ATP from this, which is great. So it's like, okay, cool, 90. But then per each beta oxidation, you get an NADH and an FADH2. So then we also have like from beta oxidation, we have what is it? Eight? Yeah, beta oxidation. So 8 NADH, and then we have 8 FADH2. And then we do the same thing. So this is going to be what, like 20 ATP, I think. And this is going to be 1.5 times 8, 10.5. Yes, okay. And then we get 30.5. And then I'm just trying to remember. Well, I guess like you can basically get to the answer from here because you're like, okay, it's not going to be 90 because there's more than 90. And of our answer choices, yeah. But I think, but I guess like if we're like trying to get math as close to correct as possible, for the beta oxidation, you do have like a donation of ATP to get it activated. So we would want to subtract, oops, hello. Subtract 2, I think is it 2 ATP? Beta
For
fat.
the investing
oxidation.
phase?
Yeah, for the investment. So minus 2 ATP for the fatty acid activation. So then you have
In the Krebs
28
cycle? Or in glycolysis?
beta oxidation.
Oh, right. Okay. I need to write that down.
Like get that started, you have to donate some ATP. So like technically you would get only so many.
Because because you used 2. So then let's see what they said. It would be 90. So no, it's 119 ATP. Yeah. So then you get 90 from the acetyl-CoA, and then you get like that 30 from the beta oxidation, but then you probably subtract those 2 for the investment phase.
Mhm.
And I think that's Always if they said also remember that fatty acid oxidation, which must occur before beta oxidation, costs the cell 2 high energy bonds or ATP equivalents. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically the 2 parts. I think, again, it's like you probably didn't need to know all of these steps in order to get to the answer choice because ultimately, if you narrow it down to how many rounds of beta oxidation, you get it to 2, and then it's just like 90 ATP or 119 ATP. So if you're like, well, it's 90 ATP comes from, whoops, hello,
Just one part of
from
it, and then if
Krebs,
you
and
add
then
the
we
other
know
part.
there's more. Like, yeah, so you
Yeah.
wouldn't really have to solve the beta oxidation ATP if you just know that it's not just 90 because it has to be more.
Yeah. And then you know the
I
beta
mean, knowing it,
oxidation is minus
yeah,
1.
yeah. But then knowing
Okay.
it doesn't hurt you.
Yeah, of
So
course, yeah. And I probably should know the numbers like, FADH, NADH. FADH is 1.5 ATP. Each
yeah,
NADH is 2.5 ATP
yeah,
equivalents. So yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like I haven't seen something quite like this on MCAT. I think MCAT does like its beta oxidation sometimes. They like to ask you how many rounds because they always like to trip people up with they like
Minus
think it's
1.
9. Yeah, so it's always like remembering the -1 because they like to trip you up with
Okay.
that.
Okay.
But I don't feel like I've seen this on the MCAT, but definitely it's like parts of this I feel like I've seen in separate questions. So like calculating beta oxidation rounds I've seen before, calculating like ATP I've seen before. So like you said, knowing your conversions of like 2.5 for NADH and 1.5 for FADH, like knowing stuff like that. I think those are like things they could certainly ask you about. But yeah. Okay. So I feel like this one was pretty straightforward. It was more of just like a did you know these things? And then can you just use and plug and chug the formulas to get them? But dang, I forgot about beta oxidation for a little while. I should know it though.
But you made it really clear, so now, I definitely
Yeah.
remember it now. Because I think the explanation was all kind of confusing to me.
Yeah. So I think, yeah. So the biggest thing I would remember is like for beta oxidation is like it's the N divided by, so it's always like number of carbons. So like first step is just making sure you don't miscount carbons because I feel like that's happened to students before. And then it's just the N divided by 2 minus 1. But if they ask about acetyl-CoA, it's just N divided by 2 and then kind of working our way from there. But okay, nice.
Okay.
And
So,
I think,
really quickly before we end, actually this might take a little longer then, but basically, last week I showed you the app that me and my friend made. Is it all right if I show it to you a little bit more? Because last time you had your
yeah,
point
go
of
for it.
All right, so
Mhm.
you can basically, I put the link in there. this is it's a Google Chrome extension, and basically, wait, actually, can you share your Mac screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I can show you how it kind of works. Uh-oh. Uh, maybe reload it. Let me try again. It's working on my screen. Oh. Oh, maybe you remove the slash at the end. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh my goodness. I wonder what's wrong. Wait, let me click it. Oh, it might be
Try.
blocked on your school Wi-Fi. That might be the issue.
Oh,
Because you're probably on your university Wi-Fi, and your
yeah.
university is like, hey, this is sus. Okay, so basically, I'll share my screen. I'll share my screen.
Okay.
So, I'll share this
Oh, sorry. Let me
screen.
stop sharing. Hold on.
All right, did it work?
Okay. There you go.
All right, so basically you saw this, right? So so basically this is the idea.
Yeah.
This is an idea I had for a very long time ago, and it was only up until recently that my friend really worked on bringing this to life, and I'm really grateful to him. So basically, the idea is that a lot of people use Jack Weston every day to do cars passages, and all passages basically. And it's always been in like my nature to be a little competitive and to like have some fun with it. So I wanted to make a game out of it. So we made this Chrome extension that basically puts two players against each other, like puts a timer, and it's like a race to finish the passage first with the most amount of questions correct. And
Mhm.
if you win, then you get some like points out of it, and it's really fun. I thought it was really funny. So if you look at this, there's something called ranks, right?
Mhm.
So basically the lowest rank is Caribbean, and then you graduate to osteopathic and medical, and then IV. And so
Mhm.
the idea is like, oh, get out of Caribbean. So, yeah, I was hoping if I think my I can send you like a file through Discord. It'll still work. Do you wanna try it?
Sure.
All right, bet. Let me see if I can get the latest version for you. Um, it might be it's still in a beta, so basically it's like a locked. It's like not out yet, but we want to um basically try to get it to out as many people as possible. Um,
Mhm.
let me get you a copy of this. Do 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 do. Um, I think it's like this. Let me check my hold on. Let me check my files real quick. I didn't expect the link to not work, so this is kind of surprising. Give me a second.
Mhm.
Um, wait, hold on. This, and then I do. Uh, mm, okay, okay. So I just messaged my friend, and he's gonna send me a copy of it. So it might take like a second. He is getting like the zip file. So basically, what you have to do is if you go, let me share my screen again. Do do do. All right. So basically, if you click on like this puzzle piece icon, and you go down
Mhm.
to manage extensions. So
Mhm.
this won't be here. It'll just be some other extensions that you might have. You need to turn
Mhm.
on this thing called developer mode, and this lets you drag files in. So since you're on Mac, the way it most likely works is that you're gonna have a zip code that probably looks something like this, Chrome MV3. You have to double click it to unzip it like that, and then you're gonna have a file, and you can just drag this file in, uh, and that should be that. It should make it so that it's installed. So I'm just like waiting for him to send me the version, and then you can try it. But yeah, it's something that I've been really excited to try. Here, in the meantime, while I wait, I can show you. So basically, this is what it looks like. You can see this, and then yeah, it takes you to Jack Weston. And then so what we did is that we have all of these passages for free, right? Like a lot of like it's actually amazing. So basically, yeah, there's this one on cars. So what we do is that there's two different modes. One's casual and one's like ranked. And the ranked version basically makes it so that you get like competitive points for it because there's like a leaderboard. And right now, like these are my friends. A lot of us have been like just messing around with it. And uh, the ranked period only is open for a certain period during the day, which like gets people like to all like play together at the same time. And then with if you're outside that period of time, like we are, then we just do a casual game, which is what we'll do. I think he sent it, so let me check. All right, perfect. So this, I'm gonna send it to you on Discord. This, this, Backdate added. Alright, so basically just download this and then do the same. Here, I'll do it with you. So I'll delete mine. So remove from Chrome, remove. So all you need to do is basically, you double click on this, it'll create a new folder. You drag the folder into here, make sure your dev mode is on, and then also click on the puzzle piece and then pin it, so it makes it easier to access.
Got it.
All right, cool. So basically, I assume you already have a Jack Weston account, right?
Mhm.
All right, so cool. Then you can just start on here, and then it's gonna ask you to like make an account. I just do a Google because it's like super easy. And it loads. Allow.
Yeah.
And if the music's too loud, you can just go into settings and like turn it down.
Requested additional permissions. Read and change your data on Jack Weston. Okay.
Yeah.
Did it work? Hello? Okay, here we go. Go to Jack Weston. Okay. And then, what? Hello. Scanning passages. 18 out of 18 passages available. Find casual game.
Yeah, so you can just click find casual game, and I'll click it too, and then we will.
Can read properties of null. Reading omit.
Ooh, what does it say?
That. Oh.
What does it say?
Just says cannot read properties of null. Reading omit.
Can I see your screen, if you don't mind?
Yeah.
I can stop sharing mine.
Is it there? Oh, it disappeared.
Your screen share or the? the app
Am I
link.
sharing? Oh,
No,
I'm
no,
not.
yeah,
Okay.
not, yeah. Okay, I see now. Oh, error cannot read properties of the reading. Did you allow it permission to, um,
Yeah.
oh, pin it to your that top so you can like maybe like right click the icon next, yeah, next to the puzzle
Here.
piece, yeah, and then oh I know, sorry, you right click the puzzle piece, I think, and then hit the pin next to it, yeah, and then it'll be, and then yeah, you can open it, and then
Um,
oh okay, it's queuing. Let me see if it works out for me. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so looks like the issue is that you didn't have it pinned, so we'll fix
okay, so you have
that.
to have it pinned.
Yeah, okay. So now we're in a cards passage. So do you want to play against me?
Interesting.
So the time's running, so I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do the cards passage.
Okay, go for it.
Good luck. Good luck.
Oh. Oh, what the heck? Oh, okay.
And if you click on like the thing, you can see like it's been like 43 seconds. It shows the passage, and yeah.
Gosh, I'm so funny. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh, okay, nice. It worked.
Oh yeah, we tied, but I finished turned in first, so I won. Which one did you
Nice,
miss?
nice. Cool.
Which one did you miss?
I think I was responding to some messages. Um,
Oh, you're good.
which was it? Question 6.
You missed 6. I missed 4. Did you choose A
For what?
for 6?
Yeah.
I was gonna choose A, but then I saw like, oh, they have like in the first paragraph, it's like he said like, oh, in the quotation, it's like abundance of sanctuary surpassed with every ancient imperial tomb, or like statuary. Yeah. So I saw statuary. I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, maybe it's because I actually crossed out B and C, but then I'm like, wait, hold on, maybe maybe it could be B. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
didn't take them as literally statuary, but fair enough.
yeah.
All right. Nice.
Do you think it's fun as like a game?
I think for the right people of this mindset, I think it could be fun.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it obviously will depend on people's learning styles, but
Personality,
like you said,
yeah.
if it's for people who have a bit of a competitive streak and they're like, well, I have to do my Jack Weston anyway. It's like might as well make it a fun thing, right? Like you're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah,
So I feel
yeah.
like yeah, for the right people, I think this would be a fun experience. I think what is it? Yeah, it just runs in the background too, so it's not like anything you have to think about super hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
It's something we've been
I
working
guess how are
hard
you
on, and
getting word out about it then right now?
that is our current step.
Okay.
We're gonna make we were actually just having a meeting about this earlier today, but We're gonna make some social media. We're gonna make some like Instagram reels, like some funny ones.
Mhm.
We're gonna make
Yeah, yeah,
like a
yeah.
YouTube channel and like have like some people play it on their on their like their stream. Or maybe
Mhm.
like some big YouTubers who make like content about like medical school stuff, like have them like make a video
Okay.
about it. Like we might have to pay them,
Mhm.
but we'll see. That's in the future, but we're
Yeah,
not
just like
gonna open it
promote
up
it.
until we're gonna have like a grand opening and then have like a bunch of the public come in and play it on the same day, and
Mhm.
hopefully like add some updates throughout the time. And yeah, like yeah, that we don't really know. Basically, long story short, we don't really know, but we're trying, and hopefully it's
Mhm.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Very nice. Good job.
thank you, thank you.
Excited for kind of developments in the future for it.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. There's a lot coming.
Nice.
Glad you like
All
it.
right. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for showing it to me.
Of
I think it's
course.
something exciting. I think again, it's something I can recommend to folks that have to do Jack Weston anyway. If they're like you said, of this like mindset of like, hey, I wouldn't mind like playing around with it a little bit. So cool,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and we try
So,
to make it so that because like we know people are using this to study, so like try to prioritize like the review and like making sure everyone like goes through their mistakes and like like it's not all about just like beating it faster. It's more about like making sure you review your mistakes to get better, you know? So,
right, right, right. Good
yeah.
pointers. Very nice,
Yeah.
nice. Looking forward to hearing about what else you guys do with this in the future.
Thank you. Thank you. All right.
All right. Then, let me just check my calendar. I don't think I can do this coming Thursday, so I think we're probably
Okay.
just gonna end up seeing each other on Sunday again, like
That's
this
fine with me.
past week. Okay, sounds good. Then, yep, just kind of as we kind of mentioned, keep up with everything. Send me any messages via Discord if something specific comes up, and then otherwise, I'll see you Sunday and
All
kind of see
right.
how. I know this is going to be just like a big week of review basically for you,
Yeah.
so just kind of find out what you've kind of picked out based off of all of that. But sounds good.
All
Okay,
right. Thank
I'll
you.
see you
Have a good
Sunday.
one. Bye bye.
Dude, have a good one.
See ya. Success.
Yeah.
No.
When opening up the extension, I was thinking like, no. I was thinking like, what? I've never seen this. And I was like, I was like, no way, this is happening. Of course, this is gonna happen. We're demoing it. I'm glad we ran into it. So yeah, I guess it's because I wish it at least showed like a 404 error, or at least like showed something on the page. Nothing.
It was just black.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
so
really
we couldn't even.
sad.
Yeah, but it's okay. That's fine. I think she still got the app in. Um, I think I don't. Okay, the dev version is a dev version, so it's not as fluid. The minimized tab, or like because her extension was minimized, it shouldn't have caused the issue. I think she might have just clicked something like if people click around. I
They
don't
would
know.
see
It
most of
shouldn't. She
it.
shouldn't have that issue. I don't know what it was. I think it's because of dev version. Because whenever you're logging in, like you would tell, like it was taking a minute. That's
Yeah.
not normal.
I should
So
have asked her to
I
share her screen while she was doing that.
yeah. No, it's okay. I don't think there's anything we could have really done differently. Because if a school blocks, or in terms of her accessing it, because if a school blocks it, like we can't really do much. Maybe in the future we could like
But the thing is, Chrome Web Store is gonna be unblocked, so that's fine.
yeah,
It's just the
exactly.
way, yeah. And so if they click the link to directly to the Chrome Web Store from wherever we promote it, that's fine. So the website.
Yeah.
So basically, from this we learned like we can't promote really the website link. Let's just promote straight to the Google Chrome link. So like all they have to click is one button for them to install it. Like very quickly. Like they don't need to go through the website and all that.
That's a good point. Yeah, I agree. And then maybe we can put the website in the Chrome link description so that if they want to learn more, they can get it from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chrome Store should not be blocked. So I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it like, started falling apart, I was like, no! But then like she got the gist. I wish she saw the like if you go to your match history, you can see like your
the
completed match.
profile
You
Oh, I
know,
forgot
you
to
can like
check that out.
review.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's
But
okay.
I
It was the
don't
first
think
one.
I don't think she's like very
Super
competitive
into
like
it.
personally because you can also tell like she's like very
But
interested in more of like I don't know Jack West and stuff like I don't know she's a nice person she's a very nice person but she's not like a competitive
yeah.
like gamer you know.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I was also while you were doing this, I was thinking about it and I was like, if we do an onboarding thing, like we can, but I really like if you play a game, right? If you play Bed Wars, there's no onboarding. You just play the game.
Yeah,
If
you
any
just
in any game,
and you
there's
learn more
no
about it as you
onboarding.
play.
Yeah, exactly. So I think
But
the
Clash
method
Royale has
with
onboarding.
this,
Like
they
Clash Royale,
do.
you can't even make an account until you play against a bot.
Oh, the tutorial. That's true. Okay, that's fair. I feel like we'll have to think about it because that's a good point as well. But I feel like the main, okay, maybe we can add some onboarding. We'll think about it. But I think the main format for this to be out, kind of like reaffirms the main format that this should be distributed in, which is watching people play online. Because there's just too much. I don't think there's too much, but maybe to new users, there's just too much
Yeah.
that's going on. And I don't think the tutorial is going to really cover as much. Maybe we can just cover the
I mean, just
important
think
things.
about all the thing, like all the items in Bed Wars. Like, no one is
Yeah,
out there
exactly.
in the lobby like teaching people how to use a fireball, how to use an iron golem. People just like learn it from about it from
Yeah,
YouTube videos.
exactly. And if you think about the type of people who are going to be playing this, hopefully they'll be interested in that. I think as we start promoting this more, we will hopefully attract those type of people and see what they say about it as well. But yeah, I think I definitely will reduce the volume of the of the music on first load. She kept going whenever the music popped in, so I'm gonna reduce it because one of my friends also told me the same thing. He was like, "Oh, I would be cautious about the music because if someone's like in class and using this and it just, you know,
Blasts.
so yeah, I think I'm gonna reduce it, or yeah, I'm gonna reduce it for now. I'm still gonna keep it because I like it.
Yeah, it's nice. No, definitely. Maybe make maybe. Okay, I actually don't take this advice. I was just gonna say you can make a button that just like has like the audio thing, and then
Oh
you
yeah,
click the button.
yeah,
There's a slider, so it's just a lot easier to access.
yeah. We'll think, but yeah, I like that we did this though. I feel like I saw how a
Some
new
of the
user
user
would
experience,
approach.
like how like a very average user, very
Yeah,
average user would go through it, the process.
yeah. But I like how it was still intuitive enough where even though you weren't sharing your or she wasn't sharing her screen, she like figured it out. Like that still happened, you know. That's still a W.
Yeah.
Like it's intuitive enough. It can be better, but like for our first like demo, I guess like this is good. I feel good. I feel good about it.
Dude, I'm so
There's
happy that I won.
it was so funny. She opened it and she said find casual match, and you're like, yeah, timer's running, and she's like, what? And she just started playing.
She
It
had
was
no
so fun.
idea what was happening. Oh my gosh. It's a little complicated looking at like main menu.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think maybe we can make the profile icon a little bit more subtle because it looks like you need to interact with it a bit more than you really need to, because it takes up so much space. But
Oh,
I don't
people
know. We
realize
can
it's a
figure it out.
button. Maybe you could add a hover animation.
Yeah, I figured like a tooltip would be enough, but maybe
No,
we'll
people
just
people
see.
aren't too impatient for tooltips.
That's fair.
Yeah, like hover
Hover.
animation. Yeah, hover animation
Is
is
it
like the
not
only
for
way to get
right
people's
now?
attention. Like there is a little bit of hover animation, but it's kind of delayed. It'd be cool if it was more dramatic. If there was like some more to it, like some
Yeah.
extra flair of like that adds some really good quality. Like, here, let me share my screen.
Yeah. Also, something that'd be cool is like whenever we get more viewers in our live streams, it'd be cool if we discuss this on our live stream, and
Oh,
then
and
people were like,
responding.
join in. And like people could respond, but also like right after we iterate, like as we're iterating, we could like be like, hey, people, like hop on this like new version. Like, what do you think? I don't know, just a thought.
No, I like that. I like
But yeah.
that definitely. Oh, so look, I have. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, another bug. So whenever I
What?
access it from here, it doesn't show my match against her, but I have to click play again in order for it to. Like, so here I have to click play again in order for it to, record the match. Oh, it still didn't record it. Oops.
Wait, what?
My
It has to
match-
be from the. Oh gosh.
Yeah, the match didn't
See,
record.
but I don't know. Oh gosh. At all?
Oh, I don't see it.
Can
Okay, let me close out all my tabs.
you log out and log back in and close all the Jack Weston tabs?
Log out and log back in. Okay, so it's
Or
not.
maybe you
here.
can try. Okay, I have a feeling it's not gonna be back in though. Yeah, I don't know if this is because it's a dev version or if this is actually out there. I'll look at this because yeah, this is so concerning. Because she might have just
She might
closed
also
the
need-
tab
yeah,
instead
she
of
needs to click play again also.
Yeah.
So-
okay. Yeah, I can add a check-in because as soon as the match ends, they shouldn't need to go to Jack Weston for it to be recorded.
Yeah.
In the data. Okay, so add check in to save match data as soon as test ends. Right now, it only saves when user goes back to Jack Weston page. Yeah. Okay. I have a feeling some of the anti-cheat logic is being but yeah. Yeah, dang, Brent. I feel
music is perfect. 2%.
Huh?
2% is the perfect volume of music.
maybe I'll change the put it at 100. How loud is 100? Is 100 really loud?
It's not that loud. It's just can't
It's-
hear anything else.
Yeah.
Because like if
I'll-
it's at
I'll load
100, it's not ear blowingly loud, but it's definitely not. It doesn't become background music anymore. It becomes like cutscene music, and we're not in a cutscene.
That's cool. Maybe I can shift it so that like the max volume is not 100%, but the max volume will be more so like 50.
No. Let people crank it up if they want to, because the music is good. Like literally, I'll tell you something. Like I had this open and I was working, and I just let this play on loop for like 2 hours while I was studying, and I was.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was really enjoying myself. So some people might just like
Okay.
tell it just for the music. So,
Yeah,
maybe just have it start at a lower volume, and then maybe there can be like another button like volume here or something, like more accessible, so people can just click that and then. So you
Yeah.
have to go to
Well,
because, like,
theory,
settings, like there's no audio. I don't see audio here, so you have to go.
yeah. In theory, I don't want people to touch this though. That's why. Like, I think it's hard right now because it's so loud. But in theory, if it's low enough, people aren't gonna be bothered enough to like touch it. And if they want to, like, they'll just find it.
Oh, I see.
Because, like, right now we're
I see the
bothering, like,
mentality.
Yeah, right now we're bothering like 80% of users. I want that to be done to like 10. Like those 10 can like
Figure
they'll
it out.
find it. Like they're smart enough. But it shouldn't bother users basically. That's like the point.
I see.
Um,
I see.
I don't know if that'll actually work, but it's fine. But dang, bro, fire first demo. Yes,
Fire,
she doesn't know
fire.
we've got her email address. You can spam her.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Never And, like, gonna know what hit her. The thing like.
I don't know
Yeah.
why my cam got squished in the middle. Like my cam got
It was,
glitched on the stream.
It's because it's blurring only like one of your windows, and I think it wasn't set up for that or something.
I think it's a zoom thing. Like, once I got out of the
maybe.
zoom, it fixed itself. Oh my gosh, my reaction to winning. Oh, 'cause actually-
Put that in the clips. Wait. Save this. This is good for the clips. Save this. This is good for the clips.
Oh yeah. I can make a
Yes.
clip
Oh
out of this.
yes. This could be one of our first clips. I feel like this is so like This is good for the
Okay.
lore.
Okay, bet,
This is
bet.
good for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
lore.
I need to find a streamlined way to make what do you call it? To make making clips super easy. I need to like find a streamlined way to do it. But I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out and I'll let you know and I'll make a post. All right, my objectives: make the socials, and I'll do that.
Socials, and then tonight when you hop on the stream. Oh, one is like when do you want to hop on stream? The second question is whenever we do, we can. It'll take like 10 minutes. We'll just go over like what specifically we will record. We don't want to go too in the weeds, but just like an idea of like of what we need to record in terms of live streams. Because I know for like short form content, we have it pretty set. It would be like clips, and then for long form, it'd be nice videos. But like in terms of live streams, like so just like the first 5 minutes or something. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, bro. I'm hyped. I'll finish. I fixed the issue. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna share my screen. Um, oh gosh, how do I share my screen? Okay. I fixed the issue, so look how snappy it is now. So snappy, bro.
Oh yeah, it's a lot faster. What? Wow, you fixed that so quickly. That was so much better.
Yeah, I fixed that.
Now it's actually usable.
Yeah,
Like low key, that small difference would legit make me not use it. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. No. I'm glad you pointed it out. And like, dude, this thingy, the what's it called? The saving. You can save your window rules. This thing is so nice, bro. Because like, so I have it set so Spotify only opens on third tile. Same with Discord, and my browser opens on second. So if I quit
Oh,
this,
nice. You don't
if
have
I
to.
quit this, you'll see
You
how
don't have to
everything's on this
reset
one.
everything. You don't have to like
Yeah,
go back and all that. Oh, it's so
look at
nice.
this is so messy, right? But if I just like open it now, oh, I need to go to my. If I just open it, it'll automatically fix itself. Watch this. Boom. Now
Oh
it's all
my
set. I don't need to do.
gosh. Wait, let me know when you release this, bro. I need this.
Yeah, I'll put it. I'll try putting it out tonight, like in the test flight version, so that we can you can try and like. I like how you noticed the issue with that thing. So like, I don't know. I'm not trying to make money with this one. This is more so just like a fun thing. I'll put
It's
like
for you. It's
a
for you.
donut.
Like make stuff for yourself, and then the world will follow.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. So I wanna do this. I have another idea too. Hold on, put it in my notes. Cause my dad made a. My dad made an app. So basically, you know how if you delete apps right now, you could use this. You know, if you delete apps right now, you know how it saves all of your, um, it saves things to your hard drive. Like it doesn't delete everything. Let me send you the link for this. If you look up app uninstaller.store, all lowercase, one word, you'll see it. Maybe I can send you the link. That'll probably be easier.
I found it.
Okay, nice. Wait, could you share your screen? I didn't look at this since like yesterday night, so you might have changed it. I don't know. Um, nice. Okay, so yeah, basically, it'll like remove extra stuff that is from like Mac apps. Oh, bro, increase the price. I'll ask him about that. Um, why is it 14.99 and then 9.99? But basically,
What was this price yesterday?
wait, okay, for launch it's 9.99, but on whenever it's fully done, it'll be 14. This makes sense. Okay. Um, but basically, like normal apps, he was like really annoyed because normal apps when you would delete them, it like saves so much data still. It doesn't delete everything. And he was like, bro, I like if I deleted this app, like I want it completely gone. Like why do I have so much app like so
Yeah.
much of my stuff wasted? And then he like created this thing.
Dude, I hate how this isn't a native Apple feature, bro. Like, why does it have to be
That's what he
fully
said. He said, "Why does Mac not release this? Like they've been making like things for 20 years. Like why do they still have this issue?" Um. So yeah,
Oh my
but
gosh, I wish I could delete Keynote, bro. Let me delete Keynote. I need Keynote out of my life, bro. I have so much nonsense on my dock that I do not need genuinely.
yeah, you can delete all of it, and it'll even show you like where it's coming from. Like if it's not from the App Store, it'll show you if it's like from Homebrew, like a Homebrew package, or if it's like from somewhere else. It'll show you where it's from and stuff. It's super fire. But yeah, anyways, I'll get you a discount, bro. I'll get you a freemium discount.
Oh my god.
Um,
Oh my god. Yes.
but yeah. So
This is cool.
building the tools, yes.
Alright, I need to go.
Yeah, bro. Oh, when do you wanna?
8:30?
I'm down.
Okay, down.
I'll probably hop on. Yeah, I'll probably hop on 8 maybe. I'm excited. I want to. Yeah. I want to play a little bit of the Iron Lung, bro. I'm so hyped.
Oh my gosh, yeah, wait, hold on. Don't start without me. Don't start without me.
Okay, I won't say it. I won't. I'll save it, bro. It'll be fire. All right.
I'll see you
I will
later.
see you later.
Bye.
Bye, boy.
Keeps running and
Cheap
running.
Well,
Yo,
he
what's
these
up?
yellows, the base pushing, bro. These yellows are base pushing, they're not pushing the other diamond gen, bro.
Alright, I got 9 M's. Greens on the side.